In light of the recent social and racial injustices that have occurred in this country, the consequent outcry for equality has never been louder. There has been a momentous shift in support for the Black Lives Matter movement, and in order to create tangible, lasting change, this momentum must be maintained to keep the pressure on our society as a whole to be held accountable. The specific issue that our group decided to tackle is the increased prevalence of performative allyship and activism. So, what is performative allyship? Performative allyship is demonstrated when a non marginalized group professes support to a marginalized group in a way that is either not helpful or actively harms that marginalized group. These actions usually involve the ally receiving some kind of reward. On social media, it could take the form of a like or praise for their actions. In corporate America, it could take the form of attempting to maintain or increase a bottom line. As a recent example of performative allyship, the Blackout Tuesday event on Instagram had approximately 14.6 million posts with the intent on showing solidarity. While initially good intention, this trend instead had the opposite effect. With people using the hashtag Black Lives Matter, useful information on protests, injustice, and education were replaced by black squares. Additionally, the underlying problem that arises in this situation is that performative allyship excuses privileged groups of people from making the necessary sacrifices to reach into the depths of systemic issues that need to be addressed. In the larger scope, corporations and institutions can pledge a monetary amount to certain activist groups and give promise to do more statements, but these actions are meaningless if they do not invest in their black employees or peers, backing up their words with actions.
So, Commonly, short for Community Allyship, is a suggested name of an app that we came up with, which is intended to revolutionize how we educate, communicate, and organize around social justice. Commonly is the mobile app that is going to raise civic engagement, integrate our communities, hold institutions and corporations accountable, and collect valuable data that will shape and inform policy decisions in our schools and workplaces. Society is quickly changing. We're seeing the engagement of a younger generation that is leading in our protest movement, willingness to learn, and support of the Black community from all levels, included in our personal lives, to supporting Black-owned businesses. We know that the system is broken. We know that there is a new generation with a growing momentum. We want to sustain that drive, and Commonly is the answer. So with Commonly, any user committed to racial justice can complete a standardized research and tested certification in diversity training, whether they're young professionals or college students. This benefits them as they're considered for job offers. It benefits companies as they seek an outlet to cost effectively train and retrain their employees, and their pledging commitments help to advance their environmental social governance rankings. It helps schools to improve their academic rankings, and it creates a more informed society. Additionally, our college campuses are still plagued by incidents of discrimination and racial violence. And if victims can find a place where they could anonymously ask for help and get advice, and what if we could build a community that celebrates multiculturalism through events and sharing? So we have combined all these features in one place. They will be available on an attractive interface, and their benefits will supply us with the data that we need to make the policy decisions, hold our institutions accountable, and better understand the nature of and counter discrimination incidents.
What makes Commonly different than Slack or Facebook group is that we solely focus on social justice matters. We are aiming to help people navigate the challenges that come with being Black to work in a predominantly white professional environment. We are creating a safe space that individuals can communicate and share their stories anonymously. We consolidated all the resources like online education, compliance trainings, counseling services, legal support, and community forum to maintain an active engagement with the latest social justice movements. To make our ideas into reality, we are considering two factors, marketing and cost. In terms of marketing, we'll be promoting on all social media platforms and establish partnership with local social justice organizations and possibly connect with the corporations and schools to introduce it to their workforce and student population. For the cost, based on our research, the cost of the development of our app will be roughly around $50K plus the additional 20% of the annual maintenance fee. We are also planning launch a trial pilot to test our functions and get a better sense of our marketing cost and the compliant training program development cost.